Welcome to the overnight. New coach, same results. Another loss. And this was, I like to say this is a winnable game. Yes, it was. And I mean, there's so many ways I can see this Sunday's game. You know, Green Bay didn't play well. They couldn't catch the ball. I mean, Jameis Winston should have had 6 turnovers, 5 interceptions and a fumble. What else? And the defense is still the defense. I mean, the Giants controlled the second half. They held the ball for over 20 minutes in the second half. They had double the amount of plays. And yet, they still got outscored. Green Bay had the ball for not even 9 minutes. They still scored 2 touchdowns. And yet, Mike Kafka is saying, status quo. Are you kidding? I mean, are we serious here? And I'll talk about Abdul Carter in a minute. I mean, Detroit's going to put up 50 this week at home. This isn't even going to be a fucking game. I mean, with the way, the offense looked pretty good. I mean, the running game, looked all right. I mean, they ran the ball almost 40 times. And they were wearing them down in the second half. Everybody wants Jalen Hyatt on this team, and rightfully so. But are we not questioning the play call? Well, less than a minute ago, you're going to go to Jalen Hyatt, who doesn't even have 5 catches on the year. He probably does have, has 5 catches of the year. And you're going to go to him in that spot? And yeah, Jameis took, responsibility for it, but the Giants are scoring points for what they have. They don't, with the offense that they have, and they're moving the ball. But the defense does them no favors. The defense absolutely does them no fucking favors. And the report yesterday that Abdul Carter was benched in the first series for missing a walkthrough because he was sleeping in the facility, which he denied. But he should have never went, because you're not gonna win the court of public opinion. They're just not. You're not. Because if you were going through recovery, then you wouldn't have been benched. And then I see people on Twitter like, oh, why do we have to fucking babysit him? You have all those people in that locker room, in that facility, and no one can wake them up. And then on top of that, he's been late to team meetings. And Brian Daboll lets it slide. And there's just another example on how Brian Daboll had no control over his team. He let a lot of shit slide. He did it with Malik Neighbors last year. And look at the results from Malik Neighbors. It's amazing how everybody in this organization lets a lot of fucking shit slide. And you wonder why they're a fucking losing organization. And you wonder why they don't respect Shane Bowen. Attention to detail. Remember what Daniel Jones said? What the difference between New York and Minnesota and Indianapolis? The attention to detail. So, I don't know what else, until they get a coach that's going to command the fucking locker room of all 53 players and not be favoritism to just a certain few. It's amazing. I can understand if Carter missed, was late to meetings in the first couple weeks of the season. But where's Dexter Lawrence? Where's Brian Burns? Where's Bobby Okereke? Who are the real team leaders of this fucking team? To let this shit slide for almost 11 fucking weeks is egregious, and you need to get their fucking captain's badge stripped. Fucking ridiculous with this fucking organization. And you can just tell how, you just noticed it. I mean, Dexter Lawrence was out of shape. Yes, it was his best game Sunday. And it's amazing how the first game without Daboll and some of these players look different. Dexter Lawrence. I figured this team would play a little looser. But Shane Bowen's still there, and he's going to be there until probably the end of the year. Unless I think Detroit will put up 50 on him. And Catherine's going to have no other fucking choice but to fire him. The players don't respect Shane Bowen. They just don't. Late to meetings. And now you're going to start doing benchings? It's just egregious. It really is. So we're gonna see what happens with this going forward of who and the coaching. Who are they gonna get? McCarthy, Spagnuolo? No. Sorry. I can live with McCarthy with a different offensive coordinator. But someone needs to learn time management. So, the Giants were competitive. But Green Bay kind of, when you really think about, with Green Bay, they dropped a lot. The offense dropped a lot of passes, and they dropped 4 would-be interceptions. Until when the moment mattered. So this 27-20 score could have been a lot different. if Green Bay actually had some hands. I mean, if you really think that's gonna fucking happen this week against Detroit, you think they're gonna drop passes? I mean, I just think that this defense is not gonna have a fucking prayer, and especially at home against a pissed off Detroit team. That's what I think. But we'll see. I mean, will they move the ball move the ball? Yes, they will. Just getting the red zone's not the issue. The issue is when you're in the red zone. But eventually they'll and I think they'll utilize Theo Johnson more this week. I mean, Theo Johnson made some couple of good big catches in that fourth quarter. I still don't understand that fucking play call to Hyatt. Theo Johnson is he could be a big red zone threat, but you didn't utilize him. You could have. I think this week will be a blowout. Then you got the Monday Nighter against New England, which I think will be a lot more competitive than what people think. A lot more competitive. So, hopefully by then, we'll have a different defensive coordinator, an interim. Hopefully. Like I said, hopefully. But I'm not going to bank on it. But we'll see what happens. But this organization is a mess. Is a literal fucking mess. So that's about it for tonight. Yeah, that's all I got. So I just don't. I mean, the Giants haven't gotten blown out much this year. I mean, every team has that proverbial stinker. But I think this is the week that the Giants get blown out about 50-28. I think, because there'll be a lot of garbage time points by the Giants. So, I'm going to go to work. And everyone, you have a very good day.